Hi, I'm Donna from MagicHourNeedlecrafts, and I'm back with a follow-up WIP video. So WIP, of course, is works in progress. So I wanted to show you the finish of my pansies, which you will see in the previous video, and to show you what I've worked on since. I'm still doing a lot of needlepoint, and I'm really enjoying that. I love working with the tapestry wool. It's so soft and the colors are so pretty. So I've been working on a few of those, but I finished my pansies, so I wanted to show those. And here it is. Isn't that lovely? So this was a printed canvas, and I chose to do it over one thread. The printed canvases are on Penelope, which is a double mesh, so you can choose to stitch over two or over one, and I chose to stitch over one, so because I wanted some nice detail. And I stitched it in, this is 12/24, so 24 counts, so I used 3 strands of floss, which is 6-strand embroidery cotton. So all of the main part is all just DMC embroidery cotton, and all the pretty colors and everything. And then I used a DMC variegated for the background, which I did a upright T-stitch for those in needlepoint. And then I just created a little border. If you remember my previous video, you know I'm really keen on borders, love the borders, so I put in a border. This one is one of my hand-dyed flosses that I just made for myself for fun last time I was dyeing fabrics. So I really like how it turned out, and I'll probably like put it on a bag or something someday. I'm not very good at finishes, but I really like how it turned out, so I'm pleased with that. And I found it very, very easy, and I love the results. So the printed canvases, I'm really keen on them. I'll probably do more of those. Then I decided I needed to do some more needlepoint. So I wanted to do something for Serena. She's our cameraman here behind the scenes.
Hi.
So we have wooden chairs for our kitchen chairs, and she likes to wear shorts. So the natural result of that is that sometimes, especially in hot weather, her legs stick to the chair, which is very uncomfortable, as I'm sure we can all attest. So she didn't want to do a cushion, so I just did a cover for her. So all I did was I traced out the shape of the chair seat, and then I looked in a book and found a design that she liked, and something colorful, of course, because it's for Serena, so she loves her colors. So I ended up with this. The pattern is from an airman book, a book of airman designs, and this is the back. You can see most of it I did in basket weave stitch to give it a little bit more thickness, because you use more wool for basket weave than tent stitch, which will give it, it's there, so it'll give it a little bit more cushioning. And then I did the outside stitch here in the dark blue, the border stitch. That is a reverse alternating Nobuko stitch, which was a real challenge, but I managed to get it with hardly any mistakes. There are some, but who's to know, right? So because I love my borders, but it turned out really well. As I have said before, I'm not all that good at finishing, so don't look at how badly I put the edge on and stuff like that. But the stitching I really love, and it turned out great, and she likes it. So what more do you want from a project than that? So I'm really happy with that. By the time I finished that, I was ready for a little bit of a change. So I decided to catch up on my blackwork sal. I like the peppermint purple blackwork, free mystery blackwork sal. It comes out, I think this is at least the 3rd year, but it's a lot of fun, and we get a box every week, so I had a lot of catching up to do by then. But I'm really happy with how it's turned out, and here it is. So as you can see, we're towards the end of the year, hardly any boxes left. And the outside border, gotta have border, that I did with one of my hand-dyed flosses. This is all in cotton floss, one strand, and I believe I used 2 strands for the outlines of the boxes. So I used the hand-dyed for the border. You can see the border a little better there. And then just a selection of dark earth tones for the boxes. For myself, this is kind of a coarse Ada. Oh, I left my needle in it. That I really like for pillows and stuff. So this is definitely going to be a pillow. I did the other one that I also turned into a pillow, which I use all the time. So I'm really pleased with this one. I'm looking forward to finishing it up, and maybe even I'll get to actually finish it into a pillow. I may actually do that. But I like the dark earth tones. I find for black work, one strand, this is 14 count fat Ada. I find one strand gives really nice definition on the details of the black work. And the dark I like because it gives good contrast with my fabric. So I found a lot of people use like lighter shades, and it looks great. And light shades on black looks wonderful. I might even try that next year for the sal. But this one, I like the earth tones. It'll match up with my other one. Can you pass me the other one? I may as well show that. This is the one. I undid the pillowcase so I could wash it. So I haven't quite got to the washing part. But anyway, this is last year's peppermint purple sal. So not too different in colors and tones. There's my lovely border. So these 2 pillows will match up, and they'll be a nice set for myself. Something for myself. That's hardly ever done. And then I was happy to go back to some more needlepoint. So I went through my books and I picked out a little owl that I really liked. So what I wanted to do is I have a cushion on the back of my chair. It's quite long and narrow, so I needed a project to cover that because right now it has no cover at all. It looks pretty bad. So I thought this is a good chance to do something. And, you know, tapestry wool is nice and soft and comfy to sit on, so this will be good. So I have at this project my little owl. That's on, hey, I could see right through. This is 10 mesh canvas and a little owl I picked up from an old book. And I'm going to do another owl down here, trying to reverse the image so there's 2 in the same. And then I have some little flowers and that I'm going to put in the background, and then just, of course, you got to have a border. So put on a border and my pillow will be ready. So I was really enjoying that. I found I didn't like the yellow. The yellow on the leaves, didn't like it at all. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to do some shades of green for the leaves instead. So that's kind of why I got stuck, and I thought, maybe need a break. So about that time, I signed up to start a D&D Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So I'm really happy about that. And right now I'm using dice on my phone. It's an app. You can shake as many dice as you need. But I like to shake real dice. But I play on my computer sitting in a chair. So I don't really have anywhere to put, roll the dice. So I needed a little thing. So I'm making one. Here it is so far. So the idea is this is going to be the rolling area. I'm going to roll my dice. It's going to have sides. This side will fold up. This side is going to kind of accordion like that. If you can see, yeah, it'll accordion up. And then in the little channel here, I'll put some separations and my dice can sit there. So I'm looking at getting some dice for Christmas in my stocking. So I'll keep you posted on this one. This is kind of we'll see how it turns out kind of project. I like those. And I just get to put whatever colors appeal to me at that moment. And that's a fun kind of project for me. And that's all I got working so far. When I finish these two, the owl and the rolling mat, I'll probably go back to my cross stitch again for a while. And I'm sure I'll be back to needlepoint anytime soon. So thanks for joining us. You can always contact us. We're always glad to hear from other stitchers. Whether you have a question or a comment, or if you just want to say hi, we're glad to hear from you at MagicHourNeedlecrafts at gmail.com. And you can find us on Facebook and look us up on the web. We're there. So I hope to hear from you, and we'll see you again. Thanks for joining us.